This is going to be the weirdest Eurofighter you have ever seen, and I'm okay with it. Just before the video begins, I now have a Discord and Patreon. The Discord is a great community to be a part of and connect with other players and enthusiasts, share your work, and get exclusive channel content that you wouldn't find anywhere else. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, you could become a Patreon member. This offers 3 tiers of support with a range of benefits, including a private supporters Discord chat, your name highlighted in Discord, your name at the end of my YouTube videos, and early access to YouTube videos. Click the link in the description to find out more about my Patreon and my Discord. Hello and welcome back to another challenge video. I know it's been a while, but while I'm creating my next park series, I thought I'd do a few challenge videos in between, because the last one seemed to perform really well and you all seem to really like it. So, this one, we are going to be letting a coaster generator decide on a coaster for us. Now, a good friend of mine, Wolf Raging, told me about this website. It's a no-limits coaster idea generator, so I thought it'd be fun to try it out in Planet Coaster. Also, the link to his channel is in the description, so I'd check it out if you want to see some amazing and realistic coaster designs. Let's get into it. Right, so we're in the coaster generator website. We're going to go through it. I think I'm not going to change very much, so wood or steel, we'll keep both of those. Modern or classic. I'm going to go with modern just because I'm more familiar with them coaster types. Shuttle coaster, go complete circuit just because we did a shuttle one last time. Inversions, they're fine. Launch, that's fine. Exclusively less challenging rides? Nope. Random as possible. Let's hope it's not quite difficult. A smaller or larger coaster. I'm going to go average height to suit the style, or actually no, yeah, we'll go towards the smaller end, just because I want to try and get, I think with the smaller coaster I can perfect it better. Would you like any specific restrictions? Be a bit more creative. Maybe a few restrictions will do. I don't want to make it too complex. Any specific features, given plausible elements not yet seen. I'd like to incorporate a few track elements. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. And we're going to tick off some manufacturers. We'll get rid of CCI because I don't really know much about their coasters. I know more about GCI from building a Woody. Get rid of that one. Schwarzkopf and Arrow, I don't really know enough about them either. And, or whatever freeform steel is. I think that's, yeah, that's everything. So give me an idea what we're going to get. A Gerstlauer Euro... I cannot speak. A Gerstlauer Eurofighter of around 80 feet tall. Features an Immelmann, a Helix, tunnels. Oh, okay. I haven't done tunnels before. The abomination / twisty thing on the Mystery Mines finale. I assume that means like there's almost like a, I don't know what you call it. I assume that's what it means if I don't know what it's called. Let's have a look at it. I think it means, because the finale kind of does like a twist in the air, yeah, and then dives down. I assume it means that. I'm pretty sure it, yeah, it does kind of like a heartline roll into a stall almost, and then it's like a heartline roll into a dive loop, but it stalls a bit before and then goes into the brakes, I think. Yeah, we'll do one of those. That's fine. A Stengel dive, love to see it. Pre-lift barrel roll, nice. Bit of a saw vibes, and an overbank turn. Try to avoid a vertical lift hill. That's fine. I'll probably launch it. I'm fancying a launched one. We'll go with a launched one. I shall see you in Planet Coaster. Right then, now we're in Planet Coaster, let's start building. So let's get the Eurofighter. Gonna elevate it off the ground of it if I'm doing the roll out of the station. What's it called? Pre-lift barrel roll. So, oh, no vertical lifts in this coaster. We're going quirky. Stop it. So I think, yeah, I'll choose the thinner track type for this one. So 4 meters, as always. I know a few people are probably going to mention in the comments about me starting to use like the 1 and 2 meter methods, but I'm going to be completely honest, I haven't a clue how to do it. I assume you just go in and manually put them in. I don't know, there's a mod that does it, because I've got the smoothing mod. But if there is some sort of different way of doing it, I'll probably have to try it at some point because it'll be interesting, but at the moment I'm quite happy just with how the game is. I think, do I want it to, I'm going to do it like the Smiler, I think, but it's not going to go under the station. If I have it just curl around here, that's going to need to be higher because it's not going to have enough speed, is it? You can tell I'm pretty new to PC. I'm keep messing up the controls. If you see me going into the settings menu a fair bit, it's because I pressed escape one too many times. So you need to be reduced, because that's not going to build up enough speed. Actually, I'm going to change this track type, because if I have it as this one, the other one, sorry, I can't have the banking offset on, which is going to be a bit of a pain for this first inversion. So it's going to kind of come round, do its lovely looking Gerstlauer inversion. That's there's going to be some janky elements in this, I can already tell. Be a good thing when I start my next park series as well, because I will be using time-lapse in that, which will be much better than you watching me basically suffer. This is not going well. It'll be much better than you watching me basically suffer trying to build elements. We'll get there eventually. I kind of curl that round a bit. Oh no, this is looking horrible. It will get there. It won't look as jank when I'm... Oh no, I'm lying. It will look quite jank. I'm going to add another... If I finish that, add another straight piece. Make it level. And then I shall... Why is that not got a footer on it? Oh well. Let's smooth all this out. So grab 3 forward. Spam it back and forward a few times. Look at that. This mod is an absolute light. I mean, look at that. It's nearly smooth. Nearly getting there. This needs to be more banked. But apart from that, it's not too bad. I have a few more smoothy, spammy goodnesses. I'm pressing the wrong... Okay, it's backwards now. It was forwards earlier. That's fine. That looks plausible. Some of the track hasn't got footers. I mean, I'm probably going to have to custom support most of this anyway, but why are them footers are huge. Oh well. Right, so it wants not a lift hill, so that means launch. We'll put in the little block section before the launch, just to make sure the train... I mean, Gerstlauer was... Think of like... Is it Lynette or Lynette? One of the... Summerland parks. I can't remember which one it is. It's Farup, isn't it? Is it Farup? Yes. Yeah? Yeah, Farup Summerland. I cannot speak today. Or think. They have the Gerstlauer launch coaster, and that just goes straight from a little pre-drop into the launch, so oops. I don't think they need any sort of brakes before it, just a little bit of straight track. So, I mean, Gerstlauer launches are ridiculously powerful anyway. Just look at Anubis at Plopsaland. That thing basically just gives you whiplash instantly. I've heard it's like nearly 40 meters per second launch, but we're going to go with 10. I think 10 should be alright. I think 3 should be enough to get us through the layout. I might even make it a multi-launch. We'll find out. What the next element? An Immelman, Helix, Tunnels, Abomination Twisty thing. I'll probably finish with... Actually, should we start with the Abomination Twisty thing? I'm probably going to do it the other way around. So instead of actually going through the inversion first, I think I'm going to make it do kind of like the Immelman. Or actually, yeah, this probably could count as both, because it is technically... What am I doing wrong? Catwalk, there we go. This could kind of be the Immelman as well, I think. So if it launches straight into the Immelman, we can't make it start off too far, because that would probably kill you. There's going to be a lot of that in this, I think. A lot of elements that are looking quite questionable. So if we come up into this element, and then almost have like a bit of a stall on it, like... Is it Mystery Mine? Yeah, Mystery Mine does. And then, have I got my offset on? I have. I'm going to come down a little bit, but not too much. And I'm going to start banking it round. The smoothing tool will help me later, do not panic. And if we start it like that, that looks... it looks plausible, it'll do. Needs to come out a little bit that way so we don't crash into the track on the way back down. Actually, yeah, let's not make it come directly vertical, because then we can bank it that way. This isn't turning into a mess. It will work out. That that way. Oh no, it's gonna hit the station. I don't want to connect it back up to the station straight away. We've barely just left it. That's better. I say better, it's still a janky mess, but the smoothing tool exists, so we're okay. Do we do the tunnel now? Or do we... Actually, we could launch it through the tunnel, to be fair. That could work. And that'd cover the basis of the tunnel thing. Yeah, let's launch it through the tunnel. I'll put the tunnel on once I've finished this. Actually, no, I'll do the tunnel at the end. First, this needs smoothing so it isn't a absolute disaster like it already looks. Right, spam smooth. So, we've got 3 track pieces forward. Try and make this somewhat realistic. That looks somewhat plausible. It still has the stall, which is good. That's what I wanted to keep. I was worried the smoothing tool might get rid of the stall. I think that would be classed as an inversion, if not just an overbank. I mean, Planet Coaster, I don't know what Planet Coaster determines as an inversion. Whether it's past 90 degrees or whether it's past, is it 135 that is an actual inversion? I have no idea. Now I'm going to put in the block not the block section, like the brakes at the end, just because I like doing this. If I ever do like a building realistic coasters tutorial, you'll definitely see me do this. I always put it in just at the end. I do not want the wheels to be accelerating at 9 meters per second. Oh wow. I always do this at the end just so I can tell where my coaster's going to finish. It just makes it a lot easier. So we'll add in block section because it's a Eurofighter. They can be nice and small. Another drive. Where's the drive tires gone? Another drive tire. Another block section. And then I'll probably add some fins. 8 meters, that sounds about right. Yep. And it's on a bit of a slant as well. Actually, I'll probably increase that slant a little bit. I'll do. Right, so the next element we have to do is, with that kind of classes as the immelman, and the other element, the abomination twisty thing of Mystery Mines finale. That's fine. So we've got a Stengel dive, a pre-lift bar, I've done that one. Overbank turn. Let's do an overbank turn. We love a good overbank turn. I think I'm going to turn it to the right because there's a fair amount already going on the left. So if we pick it up, coming through here, that kind of does turn down quite low, but it should be okay. That might just be a pretty G-forcey corner, but it's okay. We like G-force. I kind of want to turn it around to the right a little bit first. Kind of going for almost like an S overbank, an S turn overbank. I cannot speak. There we go. That looks. It'll do. Obviously, smooth tool will come in clutch here, so we'll be okay. I think we need to turn that down a bit. It's turning too much that way. We will get there. It's okay. I kind of want it to be a bit top heavy as well, to be fair. I'd rather it kind of level out here a bit. Almost. This looks a mess now, but just wait. It'll improve, I promise. And then what elements can we have after that overbank turn, do we reckon? We could have a helix, I suppose. We can go into a helix. So I think I'm going to raise the height of this. Oops, no, not like that. Raise the height. Actually, no, I'm going to lower the height of it, I think. Yeah, that seems like it works a bit better. And then I'm going to over-exaggerate these turns for when I go back and smooth them. That'll actually look somewhat okay. Then this needs to come down a lot sooner than it does. I still want it to be a little bit top heavy, but just not that much. You know, something a bit like this. And then that can be pretty much flat already. You need to be going in a straight line, ideally. This is going to be the weirdest Eurofighter you have ever seen, and I'm okay with it. It will do. Do you reckon that should be the new branding of the channel? Not this coaster's really good, or this coaster is under 1,000 feet, or anything like that. Just this coaster will do. It's okay. I think we should have a bit of an upwards helix as well. This can come down actually a fair bit lower, can't it? I'll change that in a minute. It'll be fine. It's also not as tight as it could be. There we go. Boom, helix. After helix, we need a... So we've done the overback turn. I think we've done everything. We're going to put the tunnel over the lift hill. We need a Stengel dive. So, oh, this is an almost perfect opportunity for one, isn't it? But I need to get it back to the lift hill, which will be interesting. This coaster looks horrific. Now, I shall do the Stengel dive, and then I think that's it. We've done everything on the list. So the only thing it wanted us to avoid was a vertical lift, so there's not much else I've done wrong. So I think to do a Stengel dive, I think we should probably come out of this. Yeah, I've got a nice idea. So if we come out of this, it starts to level off. Oh, I've just deleted it. That's not what I wanted to do. It starts kind of leveling off a bit here. Going straight. But then, actually, it's like, psych, I'm going into a Stengel dive. It's going to be a weird moment on a Eurofighter, I'm sure. But it will be okay. The Stengel dives aren't overbanked, are they? They're just like 90, I assume, anyway. That looks... It'll do. We'll get there. So I think after I've done this Stengel dive almost, I'm going to loop it back round and then it can hit the brakes, because at least then it will still have a bit of speed. Just so it can, you know, make it back to the station. Hopefully with no one's heads exploding because of the G-force, which I haven't checked yet. Oh, and we've almost got like a second helix as well. That's quite nice. Although this is going to be quite interesting of how this is going to kill the speed. I think it's going to have to, yeah, I'm going to have to extend the layout of this slightly. So I'm going a bit beyond the brief because we go above and beyond here. I'm going to pop it into a nice bit of, I think this will, with the speed this coaster has at the moment, this will probably be more of a floater hill, which you don't really tend to get on Eurofighters. I've just deleted it again. I don't think you tend to get these on Eurofighters. It's more of a ejector hill, isn't it, that you get on them? I think I've only ever been on one Eurofighter, which is Swarm. Not Swarm. Oh wow, I sound so uncultured. It's Thor Park. I've been on the Smiler, which is obviously Infinity Coaster, best time in the UK, by the way. But that's beside the point. Well, best ejector airtime, I'll say. I think the best floater airtime is probably Oblivion, which just sounds odd. But we're not exactly blessed with a lot of airtime over here, which is slightly annoying. So Exodus can fill that spot for us. And then it comes into a bit of a turn, crashes into the side of that track there. It's going to need to turn a little bit more harshly. I'm going to have to straighten up that brake run a bit. Oh, it's like the game already knows what I want to do. Oh. Yes, you are correct. I'm coming back to the brake run. I mean, most coasters, most Ghost Slowers, they do hit the brakes with a fair amount of speed, don't they? So that doesn't actually look too bad. That's gone better than I thought it would. I thought this would be some absolute messy disaster, which it's halfway there. It's halfway towards a messy disaster. This bit's nice and smooth. This bit, on the other hand, interesting. I will have a bit of a smoothing spree and get back to you once I've got the coaster in a somewhat showcaseable state.